Thank you, Madam Chair. Afternoon, everybody. I want to start off by thanking the Blue Collar Caucus for being here today, for all of the news media and activists who are here, and all of my colleagues for your fellowship and standing by each other during this time when both our consumers and our working class are being asked to accept far too much with too little transparency. As was said, my name is Delany. I'm state representative from Stamford, and I'm here today to talk about artificial intelligence, because artificial intelligence is no longer a future issue. Artificial intelligence is already shaping what people see, what they pay, and in some cases, whether or not they are hired, disciplined, or fired. Artificial intelligence systems are not perfect, and people have the right to transparency, oversight, and legal recourse. And the government of Connecticut has a responsibility to provide those things. But let me be clear, this is not about stifling innovation. On the contrary, this is about enabling it by providing the kind of common sense oversight necessary for real consumer acceptance. Without this, our residents cannot and will not trust or accept our currently operating artificial intelligence tools and systems. Because right now, too many people do not know how much of their data is being collected, to what they've truly consented to, how that data is being used, or how artificial intelligence systems are impacting the decisions that affect their daily lives. That is not a prudent way to run in a technology-enabled economy, and that is not a healthy way to run a democracy. Which is why my colleagues and I today are supporting a host of bills, but namely Senate Bill 435 and Senate Bill 4. Senate Bill 435 is very simple. If an employer is planning to use an automated system to help make decisions about a person's livelihood, then there must be notice, transparency, human review, and accountability baked in. If an AI-created system is helping decide whether or not someone is going to be hired, promoted, evaluated, or terminated, then that worker deserves to know. That worker deserves to understand when the automated system was involved. That worker deserves the ability to challenge that information if entered wrongly. And that worker deserves to know that human accountability, not just artificial intelligence, is still in place when that decision is a serious one. Now, that is not sensational. That is fairness. That is dignity. And that is the natural extension of the system of accountability that our residents have come to expect from us. Second is Senate Bill 4, which deals with and recognizes that our personal information is being collected, bought, sold, and used that most people either A, never fully agree to, or B, often never know about. It addresses facial recognition. It addresses precise geolocation. It addresses license plate reader data. And the bill addresses the activities and use of data brokers. Also, as was mentioned by our good chairwoman, this bill addresses the personalized algorithmic pricing, because people should not be quietly manipulated or profiled when making essential purchases in their daily lives without any disclosure or protections, which affects both our customers, our consumers, and our workers. Our workers, when the system fails to decide whether they do or don't deserve an opportunity, and our consumers, when that same artificial intelligence-driven system determines what price they have to pay. The state of Connecticut has already recognized in previous legislation and memos that have gone out that responsible artificial intelligence must include fairness, privacy, transparency, accountability, and human oversight. Our state has already acknowledged that these tools can create real risk when they affect people's lives. Our state already recognized that properly crafted regulatory framework is essential for equitable technology adoption. So the real question is whether or not the Connecticut State Legislature is ready and willing to finally pass some of these laws. Thank you so much for having me here.